and as a voice for the many victims who have suffered in silence due to the proliferation of explicit content on social media platforms. While I appreciate the Deputy Prime Minister's update on the work undertaken by the task force, I must emphasize that the government's efforts to date have been largely bureaucratic. The establishment of the task force was indeed a step in the right direction. However, we must acknowledge the realities that our people, especially our young and women, continue to face every day. Victims of online sexual harassment, cyberbullying, and non-consensual sharing of nude images have been long calling for stronger legislative measures and more robust enforcement to protect them. Yet, Mr. Speaker, sir, this task force has far produced more discussions and reviews than actual results. Honourable Speaker, it is imperative that we do more than just talks. Our people are losing trust in processes and commissions that make grand promises but deliver little to no outcomes. Honourable Speaker, the Deputy Prime Minister mentioned that this task force aims to better understand the societal risk of pornography in Fiji. But, Mr. Speaker, sir, do we really need another review to tell us what we already know? Do we really need another review? We are aware of the devastating impact that unregulated access to pornography is having on our society, contributing to increased cases of online harassment and violence against women and children. Honourable Speaker, I urge the government to prioritise the implementation of practical solutions that are already within our reach, strengthening our cybercrime laws, improving reporting mechanisms, and increasing resources for our law enforcement to track and prosecute offenders are essential first steps. Honourable Speaker, we also need to work closely with social media companies to ensure that they have robust policies for removing harmful content swiftly and efficiently. Furthermore, we must stand united as a parliament in condemning the perpetrators who use these platforms to exploit and humiliate others. There are too many instances where victims, especially young women, have had their dignity stripped away online, while authorities have remained either powerless or too slow to act. The task force should not only be focused on preventive measures, but also on providing support systems for victims, psychological, legal, and emotional. Honourable Speaker, this government is very fond of establishing task force, conducting research, and forming committees. But the real test is whether these initiatives can bring about meaningful change, the real change that they promised. It is easy to announce yet another review or report, but it is far more challenging to implement real reforms that can safeguard our people. I sincerely hope that the recommendation of this task force will not gather dust on the shelves of their cabinet, but rather be translated into concrete actions that will make our online spaces safer and more secure. We on this side of this House, Mr. Speaker, sir, the G16, stand ready to work together to ensure that our children, our sisters, our mothers, and all Fijians are protected from the behaviours that thrive on these platforms. We need less bureaucracy and more action, Honourable Speaker, less talk and more decisive moves. Mr. Speaker, sir, it is high time this government moves beyond task force and reset and starts showing us results.